Hello there, I am Tom Walsh of Fallen Oak Drums. I am the owner, proprietor, and also the best customer. I've got a little show and tell today before we get to our disassembly of the Blue Sparkle drum. And here's what it is. The other day in the mail, I got this really cool logo iron. It burns your logo into wood using heat. I don't know if you can read it here, but I've got a sample. I did this on maple, and it looks pretty cool. My son-in-law actually designed this logo for me. His name is Alex Reed. If you're looking for logos, I'll hook you up. So that's the show and tell part. Now we're going to start taking apart this drum, and I'll tell you why in a minute. All right, so here we have the 13-inch tom-tom, and of course the reason we have to take this apart is to get it all cleaned up and fix the several issues that this drum has. I'm starting with this one because it is the worst of the drums. Not only does it have the worst seam split here, but it's got a bent rim, and when I did a measurement of the diameter, I came up with, I think it was just over 13 inches in one direction and just under 13 inches, like 12/7/8 inches in another direction. It's not round. So I've never brought a drum back into round. That'll be interesting, but we'll get to that when we get to that. First thing to do is take off all the hardware. Tools I have for this are drum tuning keys. That's to remove tuning rods. And I've actually got a drill version of it, although it doesn't stay in there. That is a little annoying. It doesn't have the catch that normally these impact driver tools do, but it'll do the job. And so I'm going to take off the rims, and then start working on taking off anything that's metal here, basically. So we'll get to that. We'll do that. Here I go. Whoops. And that one appears. See? Annoying. Okay. Try this one. Okay, that first one, there must be a stripped lug nut. Just find more problems as we go, but that's all right. And that's that. That one's stripped too. Not good. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a problem. I'm going to have to take off the whole lug, I guess, to get that off. The other side. Okay. Change to something different. That's interesting. See how it rose right up when I released that one? Looks like I lost a washer. Okay. Kind of sprang back. It is not as bent as it looked on the drum, so that is awesome. May have to try to flatten it a little bit, but not nearly as bad as I thought. There's the old crappy drum head, 50-year-old drum head. Next, I'm going to start removing these lugs. These are the lugs. I'll take off these two that I could not get the tuning rod out of first. And just so you know, it's a Sears drum. I'm using Craftsman tools. Take it off. Come on. Is that authentic or what? Basically 2 screws in each of these. Just going to let the screws drop into the middle here. And there's the other one. 3. Okay. All right, so there's the other rim off. Let's see if that's fine. Yeah, hey, nice and flat. Assuming my bench top is flat, which is pretty flat. As far as this lug problem goes, though, I think, well, I don't know. I assume what happened is they just kind of kept cranking down on this thing and drove it away. And oh, now it's coming out. Okay. The good thing is these lugs have a the camera. There's this little nut built in here that the tuning rods screw into. So if this thing is kind of gonna fail on me, I can always replace that inner nut. But here's a close-up look at a lug. It is not in bad shape. I mean, sure, it's got some signs of aging and spots, but I think that's gonna clean up okay once I get to that part. All right, so onward. I will not bore you with all these lugs because taking them off is basically just removing 2 screws each times 12 lugs. I need to take off this, you might remember the muffler, and that basically just should unscrew and release the nut on the inside that's holding it together. There goes the nut, and there goes something else, and already I'm losing parts. But hey, there's a spring on the rod. Okay. Lost a washer somewhere around here. There's a square nut. That's okay. And then there's just this Phillips head screwdriver, or Phillips head screw that is threaded right into the muffler bracket itself. Unfortunately, that's not stripped. I didn't abuse it too badly. Better put that back in so I don't lose that. I wish I hadn't dropped that nut, but it's around here. So, oh, there's sweet. Okay. So yeah, the basic thing here. I'll have to look at another one of the drums. I'm not sure where this washer goes exactly, but you can see it's the spring is still good. It doesn't want to go where it goes, and I got to straighten this out. I guess I can. I don't want to bend it too hard, but that's actually the shape that it should be in. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I guess what I'll do is I will just. Yeah, I'll put this through. Keep it together like that. Okay, so I got showed you how I take off lugs. Now I've got this bracket. This is what holds it to the big bracket on the bass drum. So I guess you'd call it the mount. And these just have a square nut on the inside. There's 4 of them. There's a diamond pattern. I remember I had these same brackets on my first drum set, which was also a made in Japan drum set that I bought from a neighbor. Could have been made in the same factory as these Sears drums. I don't know. I don't actually know where they bought those. My neighbor was a little bit older than me. Played drums for a while, then gave it up and sold me his kit once I got interested, or more interested. Actually, I had that kit too. That was awesome. All right, so bracket comes off, lots of screws, and yeah. So I'm well on my way. I'll bring you back after I get. Oh wait, one more thing. There is this vent, and really no reason to take this off, but it appears to just be pressed in. There's nothing on the other side of this vent grommet, I guess you'd call it. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I'm not going to mess with it if I don't have to. And yeah, so let me get all the other lugs off and I'll show you where we're at. So the shell is free of any hardware, other than the vent hole, like I said, and that's still there, it looks fine. I did some measuring about this out of round situation, and measuring in this direction, I kind of just lined it up, holes from the lugs to holes from the lugs on either side. This is 12 3/4, whereas if I go 90 degrees to that, I am at 13 1/8, so it is way out of round. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's bad. So I mean, I've got to somehow maybe steam the thing and then get it into round and clamp it as the as it dries out. I don't know. Like I said, I've never done anything like that before. I've seen various other woodworkers do things with steam to bend things. I guess my fear in that is that it's plywood essentially, and so it could delaminate if I steam it too much. There already is some delamination going on. This is the side that the head was on, and there's a pretty good, I don't know, 5-inch delamination here, which in itself doesn't really concern me much. I can just glue that, clamp it, but since it's got the out of round situation, I've got to take care of that first. So that'll be fun. I've never done anything like that before, but it's a new adventure. Onto the bass drum. I've already taken off the first of the T-nut tuning rods, and they are a pain. I mean, because you can't use a power tool on them, so you really just have to turn them all out by hand. And at least on this side where there is no drum head, they are threaded nearly all the way in. Oh, that one seems a little bent, which I guess is not surprising. It's at the bottom of the drum. Probably got banged around a lot with not proper support because it wasn't, installed with a head on it. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Let's see. Yep, that's a little bent, but it's replaceable. I'll try bending it back. Maybe it'll work out. What else do we have on here? We've got these Spur Feet, and those should just require, oh, look at that, no tools required. Ta-da. Oh, I didn't mention this thing. This is really cool. My original snare drum had this back in the early 70s. This is actually a little pocket, little pouch, I should say, that is designed to hold your drum tuning key. So it just goes in right there, and it's always there when you need it. Most people just rip these things off right when the drum comes, but they used to be on all the kits you would get. They would attach them this way, and the catalog, Sears catalog snare drum that I got, had it that way. There's a nice familiar Made in Japan sticker. So yeah, so let's see. Other than that, we've got lugs to unscrew, just like on the tom-tom. There is a big bracket here that holds the toms on top of the drum. And what we have is we've got these square nuts that they seem to favor back then, but there's a Phillips head, whoops, on this side. So I'm gonna just take that right out. Oh, it looks like the whole thing's gonna fall apart though. How about I do this? Yeah. That was a weird system of bracketing. Oh, but the part that was covered, look how nice and shiny that is. Hopefully I can make the rest of it look like that. And then we'll go here. done. And then, yeah, some more brackets. Hope you're enjoying the close-up views. Take care of that. Alright, so now I am revolutionizing drum disassembly of, well, old bass drums. Look at that. Now it's much easier. Alright. Okay. This one's got a little bit of rust, missing a big section of the blue sparkle, whereas the other rim which was originally the drummer facing side. I can tell because it's got this little pad for the drum pedal to connect to. This one's got all its blue sparkle. It's kind of coming apart. It's kind of funny, you can see the chrome sparkle underneath the blue, that's underneath the blue plastic. That's all it really is. Blue plastic and a bunch of glitter. So, but it looks wondrous on the other side. Still progressing. There's the drum lid. Very thin. And still more harder to take off. And here is everything removed from the kick drum, or bass drum if you prefer. All the pieces are there, really nice. Not a thing missing, although we do have a couple of pretty badly bent tuning rods. Let's do it in fast motion. So I've got everything taken apart now. I don't know what else to say. There were only a couple of surprises. One minor surprise being, I guess, that most of the drums did not have washers on the screws going through these holes here to hold the lug nuts, except this little, the smallest drum, the 12-inch drum did. So 3 of them didn't, 1 of them did. Inconsistency from the factory, I guess, unless somebody else took them apart before and just didn't put the washers back on. I like having washers on, my screws, so I'm going to make little improvements like that. Other than that, I've got everything sorted out into its own bag. I got to label that bag still. That is the 16-inch floor tom, but those will just keep there for a while I clean up all the shells, and especially it'll take a lot of work to get this 13-inch back in shape because of the out of route issue, and that'll probably be the first thing I work on, because why not? Might as well take care of the hardest thing first, and then everything after that feels like it's downhill. So thanks for watching again. Hope you're enjoying this little journey with me down memory lane, and by memory lane, it's the memories that I wish I had of owning this drum set when I was 10. To be 10 and pining after catalog drums again. Those were the days. Well, that's it for this one, folks. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.